So the first problem is, if f of x comma y comma z is equal to 2x plus yz minus 3y, then find grad f. Grad f we have to find. The function is given to us. Okay. Now, what is grad f formula? Grad f is equal to del f, which is equal to, what was the formula we had for del into f? Okay, the gradient of f is given by dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. This is the required formula to find the gradient of the function. Okay, so here if you see, the function is scalar. You don't have I cap, j cap, k cap in the function. But when you're finding grad f, your final answer will be a vector. Okay, when you're finding gradient of a scalar function, the answer is a vector function. Okay, now this is equal to, what is dou f by dou x? Differentiate f with respect to x. Okay, differentiate f with respect to x. So with respect to x, when you're differentiating, what do you get? The first term is 2. Differentiation of x is 1 plus the second term yz is 0 with respect to x minus the third term 3y is also 0 with respect to x. So we get only 2 into I cap plus dou f by dou y. Dou f by dou y is differentiation of f with respect to y. So with respect to y, if you are differentiating f, 2x you have as the first term. First term will be 0 because you are differentiating with respect to y. What about the second term yz? You will have z alone because with respect to y, y is equal to 1. Z term writing as it is. Minus differentiation of the last term 3y with respect to y. That will be minus 3. Okay, let me write this as 3y square in the question. Just make one small change. This is 3y square. Okay, so differentiation of the last term with respect to y will be 3 into 2y. Okay, done. J cap plus dou f by dou z. Differentiate f with respect to z. First term has 2x, so differentiation of the constant is 0. Second term has yz, so differentiation of yz with respect to z is y alone. What about the third term? Differentiation of 3y square with respect to z is 0 because you don't have any z term there. So y into k cap. So the answer is gradient of f, that is del f is equal to 2I cap plus z minus 6y j cap plus y into k cap. So this gives the gradient of a function. Okay. Similarly, one more problem I will solve. Next problem is, find grad f where f is equal to x cube minus y cube plus x square z at 1 comma 1 comma minus 1. Same as the previous problem, find the solution and substitute in place of x, y, z 1, 1, minus 1 and get the required solution. Okay. So what's the formula? Grad f is equal to, what is the formula? Dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. This is equal to, f is given here, x cube minus y cube plus x square z. So differentiate this with respect to x. With respect to x, when you are differentiating x cube, the function f, the first term is x cube. So you have 3x square minus the second term will be y cube. Y cube differentiation is 0 plus third term differentiation with respect to x is 2x z you write it as it is into I cap plus dou f by dou y. Differentiate f with respect to y. Okay. First term x cube, so it is 0. Second term is minus 3y square. Third term you don't have y term, so it is 0 into j cap plus dou f by dou z. Differentiate f with respect to z. First term is 0, second term is 0, third term is x square into 1. So x square into k cap. So your solution will be 3x square plus 2xz into I cap minus 3y square into j cap plus x square into k cap. This is del f, but we have to find that 1 comma 1 comma minus 1, this point. So what is that? Del f at 1 comma 1 comma minus 1 is equal to x is 1, y is 1 and z is minus 1. Substitute here and find the solution. So 3 into 1 square plus 2 into 1 into minus 1 into I cap minus 3 into y square into j cap, that is 1 square, plus x square is 1 square into k cap. What will be the solution? This is 3 into 1, 3, plus 2 into 1 into minus 1, minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 into I cap minus 1 square is 1. So minus 3 into 1 is 3. J cap plus 1 square is 1. So 1 into k cap. So del f at 1 comma 1 comma minus 1 is equal to I cap minus 3j cap plus k cap. This is the required solution. Okay. So I hope you understood how to find the gradient. Next problem. Find the unit normal to the surface xy cube z square is equal to 4 at minus 1 comma minus 1 comma 2. So you have to find the unit normal vector. Okay. What is the formula for unit normal vector? It is n cap is equal to, I told you, gradient of f divided by modulus of gradient of f, or you can say n cap is equal to del f by modulus of del f. So we need to find del f, we need to find the magnitude of del f and then substitute here and get the required solution. What is f? F is equal to xy cube z square minus 4. Take 4 to the left hand side. This is f. Okay. Now what is del f? You know del f is equal to dou f by dou x into I cap. Please write the formula so that you will get 2 marks when you are writing the formula. Okay. So write the formula. Dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. So differentiation of the function f with respect to x will be y cube z square. 4 is a constant, so it is 0 into I cap plus differentiation of f with respect to y will be, okay, differentiation of f with respect to y will be x into y cube differentiation is 3y square into z square j cap. Differentiation of 4 is 0, so I wrote it like this, plus differentiation of f with respect to z will be x y cube, write it as it is. Z square differentiation is 2z, so I am writing 2 first and z minus 4 is 0 into k cap. Okay. So del f I found. Okay. After finding del f, you find del f at the point minus 1 comma minus 1 comma 2. Okay. This will be equal to, substitute the values in the previous step. Okay. Y cube into z square. What is y cube? Okay. Minus 1 whole cube. Z square is 2 square into I cap plus 3 into, what is x? Minus 1. Y square is minus 1 the whole square, z square is 2 square j cap plus 2 into x is minus 1, y is minus 1 whole cube, z is 2 into k cap. Simplify this. This will be minus 1 cube is what? Minus 1. 2 square is what? 4. Minus 1 into 4 into I cap plus 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. Minus 1 whole square is 1. 2 square is 4. So this will be minus 3 into 1 into 4 j cap plus 2 into 2 is 4. Minus 1 whole cube into minus 1 is plus 1 k cap. So this will be minus 4 I cap minus 12 j cap plus 4 k cap. Okay, this is del f at minus 1 comma minus 1 comma 2. Now find the magnitude of del f. How do you find the magnitude of del f? Okay, now before finding the magnitude, what I will do here is I will take 4 common here so that it will be easy for simplification. So I get minus I cap minus 3 j cap plus k cap. Now how to take the magnitude of that? I told you it is square root of this I cap's coefficient the whole square, j cap coefficient the whole square plus k cap coefficient the whole square. Okay, so here 4 square, this 4 square you write it as it is, 4 square it is. Okay, 4 square. Now this I cap coefficient is what? Minus 1 square, or instead of all that, let us not take this because you might get confused. Okay, so now that is root of I cap coefficient is what? Minus 4 square plus j cap coefficient is what? Minus 12 square plus k cap coefficient is what? 4 square. Okay, now if you simplify this and take the root of that, you will get the required answer for magnitude of del f. Okay, so this is equal to square root of, I'll write this as 4 square itself. I'll write this as 3 into 4 square, minus whole square is positive only, plus 4 square. This is equal to square root of, if I take 4 square common here, it is 1 plus 3 square plus 1. Okay, so this is equal to root of 4 square times 1 plus 9 plus 1. This is equal to 4 square. If I take outside the root, it will become 4 into root of 9 plus 10 plus 1, 11. 4 root 11. Okay, so root of 4 square is same as square and root gets cancelled, 4. Okay, root of 1 plus 9 plus 1 is root 11. So this is magnitude of gradient of f. Now what is n cap? N cap is del f by magnitude of del f. That is, what is del f? Del f, what did you get del f as? Minus 4 I cap minus 12 j cap plus 4 k cap divided by 4 root 11. This I can write it as, if I take 4 common in the numerator, I'll have 4 into minus I cap minus 3 j cap plus k cap divided by 4 root 11. 4 and 4 gets cancelled. The required solution in cap will be minus I cap minus 3 j cap plus k cap divided by root 11. So this is the required solution. This is the unit normal vector. Very, very simple. Okay, done. The next concept is on divergence. It's a very important concept and you will get it for 5 marks. Okay, so divergence of a vector point function f vector is given as, say you have a vector f vector which is given as f1 I cap plus f2 j cap plus f3 k cap. Okay, the divergence is written as div of f vector. It is given by dou f1 by dou x plus dou f2 by dou y plus dou f3 by dou z. Okay, so from the vector identify f1 component, f2 component, f3 component and differentiate it with respect to x, y, z respectively and obtain the divergence of the vector. So when you are obtaining the divergence of a vector, you will get a scalar function as the solution. Okay, because a vector is converted to scalar. If you see in the divergence formula, there is no I cap, j cap, k cap. Of course, you will get a scalar. It will not be a vector function. And you remember one more point here. If the divergence of a vector is equal to 0, then we say that this vector f is solenoidal. Okay, so if divergence of f vector is 0, then f vector is said to be solenoidal. Sometimes in your question, prove that f vector is solenoidal, they will ask. So how do you prove? You have to find the divergence of f vector, and if the divergence of f vector is 0, then we say that it is solenoidal. Okay, so we will solve one problem on this. So here, if v vector is equal to 3xz I cap plus 2xy j cap minus yz squared k cap, find divergence of v vector is asked. Okay, instead of f vector you have v vector, that's it. Okay, now here you identify what is v1, v2, v3. So this will be v1, this will be v2, this will be v3. Along with the signs you consider, you just leave out I cap, j cap, k cap component. Coefficient of I cap is v1, coefficient of j cap is v2, coefficient of k cap is v3. Okay, so divergence of v vector is given by dou v1 by dou x plus dou v2 by dou y plus dou v3 by dou z. Okay, this is equal to, now you differentiate the v1 with respect to x. So what is the differentiation of v1 with respect to x? Here v1 is 3xz. With respect to x, what do you get? You get 3z. Okay, that's it. Plus v2 with respect to y. v2 is 2xy. With respect to y, if you differentiate, you will get 2x. Y differentiation is 1. Plus last term, dou v3 by dou z. Differentiate v3 with respect to z. v3 is what? Minus y z square. Differentiation with respect to z is what? You will get minus y. With respect to z, it is 2z. Okay, 2z. So what is the solution? Divergence of v vector will be 3z plus 2x minus 2yz. Okay, this is the divergence of v vector. That's all. So only to do this, for formula you will get 2 marks, for calculation you will get 1 mark, for the final solution you will get 2 marks, 5 marks you will get for finding the divergence of v vector. Done. So similar to this, there are many problems. Try working them. Okay, we'll solve few more problems also here. The next concept is on curl. Okay, curl. Okay, before getting on to curl, what do you mean by divergence? Divergence means how the vectors are getting diverged, okay, in a vector field. Okay, if there are many vectors, how the directions changes of those particular vectors, how the vectors are moving, whether it's going in the same direction or in the opposite direction. That is called as divergence. How much the vector is getting diverged. That is called as divergence. Curl means the rotation of vectors. Okay, curl itself, the word itself says curling. The rotation of the vectors, whether the curl is rotational, whether the vectors are rotational. Okay, whether it's going in the cyclic order, or if the vector is moving in the right, some vectors moving in the left in the vector field. So how it is. Okay, so divergence means, say for example, there are some vectors going like this, how these vectors are getting diverted like this. Okay, curl means whether the vectors are rotational like this, or whether the vectors are not rotational, whether it's going in some other direction, it's not rotational, that is given by curl. Okay, so that's the real meaning of curl and divergence. Now if a vector f is given f1 I cap plus f2 j cap plus f3 k cap, then how do you find the curl of f vector? Curl of f vector is given by curl f vector is equal to, it's also written like this. Okay, del cross f vector, it's also written like del vector cross f vector, it's also written in this way, but the exact formula is determinant of I, j, k in the first row, in the second row dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z in the second row, in the third row f1, f2, f3. Okay, I, j, k. In the second row dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. In the third row f1, f2, f3. Okay, so once you solve this determinant, you will get curl of f vector. Now how do you solve this determinant? So it is like I cap times, so this is plus minus plus, I hope you remember them. So plus I cap times, you have to leave out the first row and the first column, and you have to take this into this minus this into this. So what will be that? Dou f3 by dou y minus of dou f2 by dou z. Done. Okay, that is for the ith component. Similarly, for the jth component, minus j cap times, okay, the second component is with respect to the negative signs. Now leave out the first row and the second column and take dou by dou x into f3 minus dou by dou f1 by dou z like this. Okay, that is dou f3 by dou x minus of dou f1 by dou z. Okay, done. Last term plus k cap times, leave out the first row and the last column, take this term into this term minus this term into this term. How do you write it? Dou f2 by dou x minus dou f1 by dou y. Okay, this gives the curl of the vector f. Again here you will get it for 5 marks. Curl f vector. Fine. Okay, so this is how, if you remember this determinant and if you solve it also, it is fine, or directly you can remember this formula also, and you can directly, instead of writing the determinant and all that, directly if you remember this formula also, you can find and finish the solution, or you can go with the determinant and then simplify it. Okay, anyhow you can do it. And one more point is like, if the curl of f vector is equal to 0, if the solution which you are getting is equal to 0, then we say that this curve is irrotational. This vector is irrotational. If curl f vector is 0, then we say f vector is irrotational, means they are not rotating, they are not moving in a cyclic order. Fine, it's not rotating. Okay, if f vector is existing, if it is some value, some numerical value, then it is rotational. If it is 0, it is irrotational. So we will solve one problem on this. Next one, find curl v vector, where v vector is equal to yzi cap plus 3xzj cap plus zk cap. This is given to us. Okay, so I told you, either you can remember that formula or you can write the determinant also and you can find. First identify, this is V1, this is V2 and this is V3. So curl of V vector is equal to the determinant of I, J, K. Here it is dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. Here you have to write V1, V2, V3. What is V1? Yz. V2, 3xz. V3 is z. Simplify the determinant and get the solution. If you are familiar, you can go directly, but since this is the first sum, I will do step by step. Okay, so I cap times dou z by dou y minus dou 3xz by dou z. That is, leave out the first row, first column. Dou by dou y of z minus dou by dou z of 3xz. That is what I have written here. Minus j cap times. So here this is plus, minus, plus. This you have to remember. So minus j cap times. Now leave out the first row and the second column and take the rest. So dou by dou x of z, dou by dou x of z minus dou by dou z of this term, yz. Okay, this term plus k cap times. Now leave out the first row and the last column and write the rest. That is, this into this minus this into this. What will be that? Dou by dou x of 3xz minus dou by dou y of yz, y into z. Okay, so this is equal to I cap times, simplify them. What is dou z by dou y? Differentiation of z with respect to y will be what? It is 0, because you have only z term there. Okay, here only z term you have. With respect to y, if you are differentiating, your z will be a constant, so you are getting it as 0. Minus dou by dou z of 3xz. With respect to z, if you differentiate, z will be 1, you get 3x. Minus j cap times dou z by dou x is 0 minus dou by dou z of yz will be minus y plus k cap times dou by dou x of 3xz, k cap times dou by dou x of 3xz, that will be 3z minus dou by dou y of yz, y differentiation will be 1, you will get z. So the solution is minus 3x into I cap plus y into j cap. Minus into minus is plus, so y into j cap plus 3z minus z is 2z into k cap. Okay, so this is the required solution for curl of the function, curl of f vector. Okay, the next problem is you have to find the divergence and curl both, where v vector is equal to del of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Okay, so v vector is given, but v vector is not simplified. Your v vector should be v1 I cap, v2 j cap, v3 k cap. That form you have to have. But here it is a given in terms of gradient. So first you have to simplify this. It is gradient of this function. Okay, gradient of this function. So you have to simplify this so that you get I cap, j cap, k cap component. Then you have to find divergence and curl. Okay, so here let us do it. Okay, now what is gradient of a function? It is dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. So first simplify this, get the vector, then find divergence and curl. Okay, now dou f by dou x, f is what? This whole thing is nothing but f. F with respect to x, if you differentiate, what do you get? You get 3x square plus second term is 0, third term is 0 only the last term you will get, that is minus 3yz into I cap plus. Similarly, f with respect to y, first term 0, second term 3y square, third term is 0, last term is minus 3xz into j cap plus dou f by dou z. What is that? F with respect to z if you differentiate. First term is 0, second term is 0, third term is 3z square minus the last term is 3xy into k cap. This is grad f. Okay. Now if you see vector v is equal to grad f, that you have got. Now if you see here, this is v1, this is v2, this is v3. Okay, 3 vectors you have, v1, v2, v3 you got. Now easily you can find divergence of v1 and curl of divergence of the vector and curl of vector, you can find it easily. Now what is divergence of f vector formula? Dou f1 by, okay, I'll write it as, you can take anyhow, you can either take f1, f2, f3 or anyhow you can take, or you can write it as divergence of v vector also, anyhow. Okay, so dou f1 by dou x plus dou f2 by dou y plus dou f3 by dou z, or you can write the same thing as divergence of v vector, dou v1 by dou x plus dou v2 by dou y plus dou v3 by dou z. Anyhow you can take, but make sure which you are considering as v1, v2, v3 or f1, f2, f3. Anyhow you can take. Okay, you can either consider, if the question is given in v, consider it in v notation. If the question is given in f, consider it in f notation. So let's see here, it's given in v, so let us consider in v notation itself. Okay, so divergence of v vector is equal to dou v1 by dou x, that is v1 with respect to x you have to differentiate. So what is v1 here? 3x square minus 3yz. With respect to x, if you differentiate, what do you get with respect to x? 6x we get. The second term is 0 because you don't have x in it. Okay, so you get it as 6x. Okay, plus v2 is what? v2 is 3y square, this term 3y square minus 3xz. With respect to y, if you differentiate, the first term will be 6y, 3 into 2y, that is 6y. The second term will be 0 because you don't have y term in it, plus dou v3 by dou z, this term. With respect to z, if you differentiate, first term, what is the first term? 3z square you have. So 3 into 2z, that will be 3 into 2z, that will be 6z. 6z minus the 3xy is 0 because you don't have z term in it. So this gives the divergence of the vector v. Similarly, find out the curl of the vector v. So what is curl of v vector? It's given as ijk dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. Here it is v1, v2, v3. That is same as ijk dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. What is v1, v2, v3? All these terms. 3x square minus 3yz. 3x square minus 3yz is v1. What is v2? v2 is 3y square minus 3xz. 3y square minus 3xz. What is v3? 3z square minus 3x 3xy. Okay, simplify this determinant, so that will be equal to I cap times, now I am going to write it directly. So this term into this term minus this term into this term. So I cap times this dou by dou y of this term. So differentiate this term with respect to y. So if I differentiate 3z square minus 3xy with respect to y, what do we get? We get first term will be 0 minus the second term 3xy. Okay, let me write it because many of them might have doubts. Okay, let me write it and do dou by dou y of 3z square minus 3xy minus dou by dou z of 3y square minus 3xz minus j cap times. Now leave out the first row and the second column. So what do you get? Dou by dou x of 3z square minus 3xy minus dou by dou z of 3x square minus 3yz. Okay, plus k cap times leave out the first row and the last column and write the remaining thing. That is dou by dou x of 3y square minus 3xz minus dou by dou y of 3x square minus 3yz. Simplify and get the solution. So I cap times, so dou by dou y of 3z square minus 3xy, what will be that? The first term is 0 minus the second term is with respect to y 3x, okay, minus dou by dou z of this term with respect to z. The first term is 0, second term is minus 3x. You have to be very fast in this, otherwise it is difficult to solve. Minus j cap times dou by dou x of 3z square minus 3xy. First term is 0 minus the second term with respect to x is 3y minus first term is 0 with respect to z when you're doing, minus with respect to z minus 3y plus k cap times dou by dou x of 3y square is 0 minus with respect to x 3z minus with respect to y 3x square is 0 minus 3z. So this is same as I cap times minus 3x plus 3x minus j cap times minus 3y plus 3y. Just simply multiply the terms, minus negative signs, minus 3z, minus into minus is plus 3z. So minus 3z plus 3z minus 3y plus 3y minus 3z plus 3z all gets cancelled. You get I into 0 plus j into 0 plus k into 0. This is equal to 0. So curl of the vector v is 0. So if curl of the vector v is 0, v vector is said to be irrotational. Okay, it is said to be irrotational. Fine. Yes. If divergence is 0, it is said to be solenoidal. But here divergence was not 0. Curl is 0. So it is irrotational. You can write. Okay. One last problem on curl and divergence. So you will have a question of showing that the vector v is both solenoidal and irrotational. That is, you have to find divergence of the vector v and you have to say it is 0. So it is solenoidal. The curl of vector v, which is 0, so it is irrotational. This you have to prove. Okay. Now I'll just give you the hint. I'll find divergence. You do it for curl. Okay. So first you have to separate the vector with I component and j component. So we can write this as x divided by x square plus y square into I cap plus y divided by x square plus y square into j cap. So when you are taking LCM, you will get back the previous vector only. There is no change in writing this as this. Okay. Now this is v1, this is v2. Fine, I'll tell you. Now how do you find divergence of v vector? It is dou v1 by dou x plus dou v2 by dou y. This is the formula to find the divergence. Divergence I will do, curl you can do, because once you know how to differentiate them, you can find the curl also. Curl you can do. Okay, so this is dou by dou x of, what is v1? v1 is x by x square plus y square plus dou by dou y of v2. What was v2? v2 is y by x square plus y square. I hope you all know the quotient rule. So the quotient rule you have to use here, but you have to differentiate only with respect to x. But if you see here, x is in both numerator as well as in the denominator. Dou by dou x of x by x square plus y square. Use the quotient rule, that is u by v rule. What is u by v rule? Okay, what is u by v rule? Denominator into differentiation of the numerator minus numerator into differentiation of the denominator by denominator the whole square. This is u by v rule. Same rule apply here. So dou by dou x of x by x square plus y square. So here denominator is what? X square plus y square into differentiation of the numerator with respect to x is 1 minus numerator term is x into differentiation of the denominator term with respect to x will be 2x plus y square is 0. So only 2x you get, divided by denominator the whole square. Okay, plus. Now similarly for the second term also, that is denominator into differentiation of the numerator with respect to y here, with respect to y minus the numerator into differentiation of the denominator with respect to y, that will be 2y divided by denominator the whole square. So if you are simplifying this, what do you get? X square plus y square minus 2x square minus 2x square divided by x square plus y square the whole square plus numerator term is what? X square plus y square minus 2y square divided by x square plus y square the whole square. This is equal to, since the denominator is same, you can add the numerators. Okay. So here it is like minus 2x square plus x square. Okay. Since the denominator is same, you can add the numerators. Let us see. X square plus y square minus 2x square plus x square plus y square minus 2y square divided by x square plus y square the whole square. Since the denominator is same, you can add the numerators, right? So here x square plus x square is 2x square, 2x square minus 2x square gets cancelled. Y square plus y square is 2y square, minus 2y square is gets cancelled. So numerator is completely vanishing. It is 0. This numerator term is completely 0. So 0 by anything is what? 0 by anything is what? 0. So therefore I am getting divergence of v vector is 0. Therefore v vector is solenoidal. Okay. Similarly, I want you to prove that curl of v vector is equal to 0. Same way you do it. Okay. Just you have to take the determinant, and when you are taking the determinant, you will have only v1, v2. It's not lengthy also. v1, v2 you have, that's it. So do it. Try to get the solution. Curl v vector as 0. It's for 10 marks. Very important. The next concept is on the directional derivative. So if you have a function f, okay, So the rate of change of the scalar point function f at the point P of x comma y comma z in the direction of the unit vector n cap is called as the directional derivative. Okay, and it is defined as n cap into gradient of f. So you know what is n cap. If a vector is given to us, if some vector is given to us, say a vector, n cap can be obtained by a vector divided by magnitude of a vector. Okay, so find n cap and find gradient of f, multiply them and get the solution for the directional derivative. So let us solve one problem on this. So the question is, find the directional derivative of the function f. F is given at 1 comma minus 2 comma minus 1 along a vector. All the details are given in the question. You have to find n cap and gradient of f and multiply them to get the directional derivative. So first let us find say grad f. So grad f formula is what? Dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. So this is equal to f is what? X square yz plus 4x z square. Differentiate f with respect to x first. So when you are differentiating with respect to x, what do you get? The first term is 2xyz plus the second term will be 4z square, okay, into I cap plus dou f by dou y. First term with respect to y is 1, so x square z plus, do you have the second term? No, second term will be 0 because you don't have y in this second term. So x square z into j cap plus dou f by dou z. First term with respect to z, it will give you x square y. Second term with respect to z will give you 4x into 2z. So that will be 8xz into k cap. So this is nothing but grad f. Now you have to find grad f at the point 1 comma minus 2 comma minus 1. So substitute the points x, y, z in this previous del f so that you get the vector. Okay. So 2 into x is 1, y is minus 2, z is minus 1. So 2 into 1 into minus 2 into minus 1. What will be that? It will be 2 into 1, 2, 2 into minus 2, minus 4, minus 4 into minus 1 is plus 4, plus 4 into z square. Z square is minus 1 square is 1. So 4 plus 4 I cap plus x square is 1, z is minus 1, so minus 1 j cap plus x square y. X is 1, 1 square is 1, y is minus 2 plus 8xz. 8 into x is 1, z is minus 1, so minus 8 k cap. This will be 8 I cap minus j cap. Minus 2 minus 8 is minus 10 k cap. So this is grad f. Grad f we obtained. This is done. Now we need to find n cap. What will be n cap? N cap is vector A divided by magnitude of vector A. What was the vector given to us? It is 2i cap minus j cap minus 2k cap. This is the vector A. Magnitude of that is given by square root of 2 square plus the coefficient of j cap square plus the coefficient of k cap square. So this will be equal to, this is equal to 2i cap minus j cap minus 2k cap whole divided by square root of 4 plus 1 plus 4, that is root 9, that will be 3. So 2i cap minus j cap minus 2k cap divided by 3, this is nothing but n cap. So the directional derivative is given by n cap into grad f. So n cap is 2i cap minus j cap minus 2k cap divided by 3 into grad f was what? 8 I cap minus j cap minus 10 k cap. Multiply them. So it is a dot product of vectors. 1 by 3 take it common. Multiply them. Only I with I with I you do, j with j you do, k with k you do. Okay. So 2 into 8 is 16, because if you do I with j and k, you will get 0. J with I and k, you will get 0. K with I and j, you will get 0. Only with respect to that component, you will get the answer as 1. So 2 I cap into 8 I cap. See here, 2 I cap into 8 I cap will be 2 8s are 16. I cap into I is 1. That way, that one we are using here. 16, okay, plus minus j cap into minus j cap. What will be that? Minus j cap into minus j cap. Minus into minus is plus. J into j is 1. So 1. Okay. Plus minus 2k minus 10k. Minus minus is plus. 2 into 10 is 20. K into k is 1. Okay. So what is this? 20, 16, 1, 37. 37 divided by 3. This is the required directional derivative. Okay, the last concept of third module is like finding the angle between two surfaces. Two functions will be given. You need to find the angle between them. So the formula here is two functions are given, functions are there, and one point will be given. So how to find the angle between them? The formula is cos theta is equal to gradient of the first function into gradient of the second function divided by magnitude of the gradient of first function into magnitude of the gradient of the second function. So you know how to find del f1, del f2, you know how to find the gradients, the magnitudes. Find it, substitute in this formula and get cos theta. For example, say the solution of this problem, okay, it is like, it is given in the PPT, you can check there. So grad f1 you find, grad f2 you find, multiply them in the numerator and keep it. Similarly find magnitude of grad f1, magnitude of grad f2, multiply them. Okay. Since the points are given, x, y, z can be given the values. X is 2, y is minus 1, z is 2. Okay. So you will get cos theta as 8 by 3 root 21. So what is theta? Theta is the angle. So angle is given as cos inverse of 8 by 3 root 21. Okay. So this is a homework for you. So try this and get this required solution. Fine. The last concept is Python coding. So here the question will just be on finding the first and second order partial derivative of the function. Only the function might change, the code will remain the same. Okay. So I'll tell you how to write the code for this. Here the function is from, the code is from simpy import symbols, comma diff. For some cases you can give from simpy import star. That code also will work. Okay, you try this also. First line you try from simpy import star. You try this or this. Any one line you follow. According to me, from simpy import star, this is good. Okay, because if you forget what you have to import, then this will help. From simpy import star, that much you give. Okay. After that, second line, you have to define the variables x and y. X and y is equal to symbols, open the bracket, again in inverted comma, give x space y, close the inverted comma, real is equal to true. That means we are telling that x and y are real variables. Okay, they are not imaginary. Okay, x and y is equal to symbols, open the bracket, in inverted x space y, comma, real is equal to true. That's all. That is the second line. Now it is very simple. Third line is the function. What is the function we have? X to the power 4 minus 3x square y cube. Okay, so f is equal to x. How will you give power 4? Power 4 in Python is given as star 4. Okay, power means star, double times a star, minus 3 into is given as single star. Okay, into is given as single star, power is given as 2 stars, x square. So x star 2 star y cube, y star 3. So this is the function. That's all. So these 3 lines, if you remember, it is done. Then you have to find the first and second order derivatives. So first fx will be diff, that means differentiate f with respect to x. Next fy, you no need to give in suffix, fy, like that only you give. It is not f suffix y, it's fy, that's it. Diff f comma y. Next fxx, next only you give, it's not a suffix, fxx, that means diff f with respect to x once, again with respect to x. Next fyy, that is diff f with respect to y once, again with respect to y twice. Then you should also give mixed derivative. Okay, you don't forget to give the mixed derivative in Python code. So diff f, but here first with respect to y you have to give, then with respect to x you have to give. fxy means first with respect to y, then with respect to x. Then yx is equal to diff diff f with respect to x, then with respect to y. After giving all these 6 differentiation, print the answers. Print fx, print fy, print all the answers. Print fxx, print fyy, print fxy, print fyx. So if you check here, fxy, fyx answer will be same. So this is the Python code done. Okay, so from SymPy import star, second line xy variables you should define. If you have some other variables like r, theta, phi, something like that, you have to define the variables. Okay, you have to define the variables. Mostly theta, phi will not be given. In case if it is given, you just take it as xy only, not an issue. If r, theta, phi is given, you take it as xy, z only, not an issue. Okay, so define the variables. Xy is equal to symbols, open the bracket, xy, real is equal to true. That means the variables are true, they are real. Okay, we are telling real is equal to true. Only if it is real, it is true. Otherwise, it will be false. It should not be imaginary. Okay, so f is equal to the function you have to define in the third line. X star 4. Star means power 4. Into means just a star. Okay, then fx diff f comma x, fy diff f comma y with respect to y. fxx means differentiate f with respect to x 2 times. So xx. Differentiate y with respect to y 2 times means diff f yy. fxy means diff f yx, second variable, then first variable. fyx means diff f with respect to x, then with y. Then print all the answers. Print what all you have to print? You have to print all these. So you are printing fx, fy, fxx, fyy, fxy, fyx. So how do you print? Print, open the bracket, fx. So why fx you are printing? Because This is the first derivative. You have stored the first derivative in fx. In this you have stored in fx. So you are printing that. Okay. Then print fy, print fxx, print fyy, print fxy, print fyx, and run the code. You will get the solution. So like this, there are many problems given in the PPT. So you have to just same code you use, just one changes, this function, just this function will change, otherwise everything, all the remaining things will be same. Now for example, I'll just give you, if you have a function say root of x square plus y square, how do you give it in the code? You should give it as f is equal to sqrt, that means square root of x square. How do you give x square? X star star 2 plus y star star 2, close the bracket. This is how you have to give. Now if you have f is equal to cos x by y square, how do you give this? You have to give it as f is equal to cos, open the bracket, x slash y square, y star star 2. This way you have to give. Okay. Similarly, if you have f is equal to tan 2x, you can give tan 2 star x like this. Okay. So you have to give the functions, only function you have to change, the remaining code will be same. Okay, done. Thank you.